Our goals and expectations for the upcoming season are, they're always interesting to figure out. It's a long season, and we're always focused here, as I've been here for 14 years, of just doing the little things right and continuing taking the next step and the next step and the next step as we evolve as a program. Of course, we're always going to be focused on winning conference championships and NCAA tournament games and NCAA championships and wins and losses, and that's what we do. And we certainly talk heavily about those things. But for us, we focus on the process of getting better and better and better. And over my 14 years, for the most part, that has resulted in 1 or 2 more wins per year, every year. And so our focal point will be to earn an NCAA Pool C berth without having to win our conference, while at the same time we will be very interested in securing the first place spot in the conference to be able to host the conference playoffs as well as to win the conference. We returned the first team all-conference goalkeeper in Trevor Britton. Trevor emerged last year as an absolute force to be reckoned with. He is the quickest goalkeeper by a long shot that we've ever had. He is so mentally locked in. It's really remarkable. Devin Malfitano is a fantastic player that will lead our midfield. He's a deep-lying midfielder. Sometimes we can put him in as a center back. Devin was the MVP of the Centennial playoffs 2 years ago as a sophomore, and has been oftentimes played in that role as a midfielder, but he's really a very versatile guy. If I could pick one forward from this region, I'd pick Chase Tenbrook. He is the full package. He started here as a holding midfielder. We converted him as a sophomore into a forward, and little by little he's been learning the forward trade. And he is just a ferocious competitor. He's a great finisher. He works tirelessly on defense. Adding to that is Jeremy Levine. Chase, Jeremy, and Devin will serve as captains for us. Jeremy Levine also has been a consistent starter ever since his freshman year as a right back. Jeremy's a free kick specialist. He's a tremendous finisher. We're really, really excited about Ben Wild. He's having a great preseason. Very, very talented center back. Big guy, can drive a ball 80 yards. Also quite fast, technical player. Jan Skormahorn is last year's Rookie of the Year. He is an incredible athlete, very, very fast, strong player that his movement off the ball is very, very difficult for other teams to track. Last year we set close to a conference record, or at least one that I think Swarthmore had it, and I think maybe we tied them or something. But it was a very long-standing record for first-team all-conference players, and many of those guys were seniors. And many of those seniors had started for multiple years. And so the good thing about last year's team was we had multiple players that were very good in very different spots. And we just ended up with a great chemistry, and those guys really knew how to play together. But losing all of those guys creates chemistry problems, which we are, trying to figure out with a bunch of guys of just kind of learning how to play together. The flip side of this is our returning players played against those seniors every day in practice. We are returning 5 starters from last year's team and a bunch of other guys that were understudies. And actually we have in our program peer advising leadership groups, or PAL groups, where those guys, all of those guys, had a mentee relationship with a player who they've invested pretty heavily in. We're very happy with our freshmen. It's a great group of incoming players that we now have. There's 3 newcomers that have been pushing for starting positions within the squad. Wyatt Fabian is a scholarship player from Lafayette that transferred. Wyatt has immediately jumped in as a center back and has just been fantastic. He has formed a great pairing with Ben Wild. In the midfield, Alex Bilodeau, in a very competitive field, and a lot of midfielders that we could go a lot of different ways, but he is just a athletic, strong, very two-footed player that is tremendous in the air and is currently competing for one of our center mid spots. Finally, Ugo Akoli, who is from Nigeria, has been really kind of a revelation within preseason. He was at Mercersburg Academy for a year. That was his first time in the United States. And he's got a lot of things that he's kind of learning about how we play, as all of the new players are. But every day he just gets a little bit better. He has a level of athleticism that is unique within our program. And Xavier Salvador, we call him ZZ. He is from Hotchkiss. He was a PG there, and he has been fantastic. He's won every fitness test that we've had. Very technical player, great sprayer of the ball, and we're excited about what he has brought to the table this preseason. We've had a very good preseason. I was delighted that our players actually came in one level stronger on the beep test than the year before. And the year before, that group came in 1 year stronger than the year before. And as we try to push the culture, along and keep getting better and better, we were very, very happy about that. So we feel that our team's very fit. The fitness level of our team has allowed us to spend less time on fitness and more time on gelling as a group. So we're excited about our schedule and getting things going. Our schedule will begin with a scrimmage against Messiah. And because of the quality of that program and who they've been, we think it's going to be a great test for our new group. We then move on to Lebanon Valley, who will be our opener. That game will be played before our Scrapyard Classic tournament, and is a unique thing about the way the schedule works that we're actually playing a game prior to our first opening tournament. We then have back-to-back tournaments that are home. We've not done that before either, but we're really excited about having 4 consecutive home games. That's then going to take us into, for us, what is arguably the most exciting game of the year for us, which is the Smith-Herb Boot, our match against Elizabethtown. And then we get into the dogfight that is the Centennial Conference. And it's always great to try to make predictions on who will be the best team and where everybody's going to finish. There's just so many great programs in the Centennial. Most Centennial games will end with a differential being 1 goal, and it's just an awesome conference to play in.